This place should almost be a landmark, and it's crazy how I hope maybe they would leave this part of it. On today's video, we're gonna look at the Opa Locka flea market because they're gonna close it down to make condos and a Starbucks. Take a good look, mi gente, porque el Opa Locka flea market se va del aire. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hialeah, Opa Locka. We're gonna go to the Hialeah Opa Locka flea market probably for the last time ever because they're gonna close it. I can't believe the crap they're building in Opa Locka. It's like everywhere you look, they're building stuff. Opa Locka ain't gonna be a poor place, a hood anymore, and they're coming for it.
North Lechon Road.
Lechon, acerca, lechon es un puerco. Alright, y'all, take one last look at the Opa Locka Hialeah flea market because it's gonna be gone.
Even I'm not happy about a Starbucks going in after this.
I know, man. Got the police up in here. Man. They might should make more business now they're gonna close.
Probably.
Slow down. They got the police right there. Slow down.
I know. You gotta pay these people,
Usually,
right?
You gotta come to a full stop. Nobody here? Come to a full stop. You're in front of a cop, man. There's nobody there. Keep going.
Can you go in here?
Yeah.
Alright.
You gotta go all the way around. What are you doing? You're in front of a cop, man. When you get a DUI and you're sober, usually they're like charged, but there's nobody there.
Which
Go to
one?
the right.
To the right?
Go to the right.
Okay.
Alright, guys. You lost your mind blowing a stop sign in front of a cop? Alright, y'all. So, esto lo van a cerrar. Esto, 40 years of pretty much one of the coolest flea markets in the whole world. Leave it to Katie to blow a stop sign in front of a cop. People, this is it. Ya esto, 40 years this place has been here, serving the communities of Hialeah and Opa Locka. And now, well, the news is right here, as you can see. All the news people are going to be reporting on it. But, so y'all, I'm a real OG. I'm not just jumping on this bandwagon. 2 years ago, I did a video here. And we talked about the nostalgic memories of this place. So, there's a difference between something that is kind of new or something that's kind of... So, yeah, all the news people are covering it now. But about 2 years ago, we did a video here. You can look it up on our channel. Got 10,000 views. So now this is all national news and whatever that the Opa Locka flea market's closing. But if y'all remember, we did a video here quite literally 2 years ago. And on that video, we talked about the nostalgic value that this place has for a lot of people. So it's weird how now they're closing it and now every news people is reporting it. But we already did that. Real G's ahead of the trend. Because I knew eventually this wouldn't be here forever. Opa Locka is going to be one giant distribution center or something. Bunch of condos, maybe some Starbucks. Can I ask why on earth you would need a pot that big? So you think about the vendors whose livelihood revolves around this place and that they are like on a weekly contract. They don't really have a lease agreement. So they really don't have any say in what happens. And it's something like 42 acres. So it's a big property where you can buy knocked off gold chains, knocked off Chinese products. It's like a window to the world is the way I refer to this place. And literally, this is like a window to the world. Where are people in Hialeah gonna buy stolen crap now? As you can see here, it's gonna be pretty much gone. It's gonna close down. This place won't exist. Think about the people that have businesses here, and this is their entire livelihood. 42 acres of a pet shop apparently going on there. All these businesses and all these items are gonna have to go somewhere. Probably storage units. I don't know what's gonna happen. But a lot of these people are small businesses that are just trying to survive, and they probably haven't even thought that far ahead. But as you can see, the selection of stuff you can buy here is a unique selection of things. A lot of it's stuff you can't even get in the United States. I remember And I mentioned all this in the other video, the original video I made about 2 years ago, that I used to come here with my grandma. And my grandma and me, beautiful memories coming here when I was a kid. And we lived in Naples, so this was like a 2-hour drive. I mean, literally, when we came to Miami, we would make this 2-hour drive all the way over here just to come here. So it was definitely a special place for us with a lot of memories and stuff. But now, I don't know what's going to happen to the vendors. I mean, they're going to have to find somewhere else. And there really aren't too many commercial options that are affordable. I mean, the fact that it's a flea market meant that they were able to have kind of a low rent. And that helped kind of, you know, pass this off. So what will this place become? Who knows? A lot of the vendors really don't have too much option. But you'll see the music of different countries, culture of different countries. Just kind of, I don't know, like this is like the way I would describe this place would be almost like a window to Latin America and beyond as well. A window that's going to be closed forever. And that's just in a small idea of what's happening to Miami, which is that the authentic Miami is being wiped away. And not a lot of authenticity is being left in Miami. It's all being stripped away. And little by little, Miami is just going to be a different place. And we've been talking about this on our videos. All these YouTubers are moving to Miami, coming here, and they, you know, appropriate it as a cultural thing. But they don't realize that by them coming here, what they're really contributing to is kind of the destruction of the real Miami. And ironically, the company, at least based off the news report that I read, that is going to be buying this, is a New York-based company. So Miami's definitely. If I had billions of dollars, I would open another flea market, nice, new. But you know, they haven't really. This place looks exactly the same way now as it did, like, you know, I don't know, 20 years ago. So these people that, you know, for decades been a living off of these establishments are now pretty much gonna have to find a new place. And they didn't have a long time to prepare. They might have had thousands of dollars in inventory. It doesn't matter. And this is pretty much what's happening in Florida, that, you know, people are being displaced. And I actually know a lot of people right now currently. Let's hop on over to the fruits. I actually know a lot of people currently right now that are being displaced out of Florida, and they're going to other places, other states that are more affordable. Isn't exactly where you're gonna end up. I think last time I was here, I described this place as the last remaining slice of authentic Miami that was left. That's the way I described it in my last video. And unfortunately, at this point, well, it's gonna be empty. It's gonna be gone. I'm sort of surprisingly clean. Not what I expected, to be honest. Best of Caribbean music. You know, back in the day when we used to come, you know, a lot of the things that were here are no longer, you know, used anymore. Like, we used to come here to buy reggae CDs from Cuba, Jamaica, but that's already a chapter of the past. But for me, as a teenager, you know, young person coming here, for me the thrill was going through the CDs, you know, the 3 for $10 or whatever, and I don't know what they were, but, you know, finding CDs from Jamaica, Cuba, you know, whatever was coming out of Puerto Rico at the time. My grandmother loved to come here, my mother loved to come here, and my wife, who is American and had never been here before. What were your thoughts on it, Katie?
I love it.
She loved it.
It's one of my favorite places to go.
It really is, you know, and I think Miami is definitely entering a stage where whatever's left here of its authentic flavor, of its Caribbean vibe, is pretty much going to be gone. Most vendors back in the day used to be Haitians. They would have stuff like watermelon, papaya, pineapple, avocado. This is mamey, which is great, awesome stuff to make milkshakes from. Vegetables. Obviously, this isn't like a freaking cash cow. This is a little industry that is gonna. Let's go the other way. You wanna go that way?
Yeah.
It's an industry that this doesn't produce a lot of money. You know, this is obviously they're not making a killing here. In fact, a while back it was on the news that some of the businesses that were here selling food, because if you're selling food, you could actually pay with your food stamp card. And a while back they busted a ring here. I don't know if it was like a RICO type charge or I don't know how they went on it, but hola mamá, todo bien? Bonito, gracias. But you know, they would sell you fruits with your food stamp card, but what they're really doing is they're buying food stamps for like a 90 to 100 exchange rate or something like that, or 95 to 100. So it's actually like a whole fraud ring that was based off of here, where you would come here, and this has already been closed down, but you would come to, you know, stands that were in this area, and you would give them, you know, they'd ring you up for $100 in groceries, and they would give you 90 cash back. So it was kind of like a fraud ring, you could call it, that was being run out of this place. And I think it was like 10 or 11, I can't remember, it was like dozens of establishments were actually busted. So this is an infamous place. Not only was there a legitimate economy based around the actual sell and transfer of goods, like vegetables and you know, some of this stuff, but there was actually like legitimate organized crime rings that did stuff a little bit more advanced out of here. There's an old saying that, you know, if you're gonna buy something stolen in Hialeah, or if you're gonna have something stolen in Hialeah, it would end up here. And that was probably the case for a very long time. But over the years, it's just become less and less vendors, and so over the years, it's definitely changed. Look at these pots. Look at this. Where else in America can you buy this? You got chickens and you got some turkeys next to pots. It's kind of we do need to buy a fan. I've been looking for a fan. It ain't gonna be that one, but we do need a fan. Well, I bring my white boy here, and everybody, not everybody, but like too many people thought, because it was a white boy, that this was gonna be a straight business transaction. It's interesting to see the coconuts in the garbage, because those are the coconuts that were being sold here before. You could buy a coconut and put a straw through it. But obviously a lot of these businesses are not having a good day today, and probably seeing us here doesn't make their day any better. And we had this kid that followed us around, and we were like, dude, we don't need anything. He's like, come on, man, I got CDs. I got a CD player. And I'm like, bro, I drive a freaking car in like 2020. Like, I don't understand what makes you think that I'm going to buy a cassette player for my car. It was like some old cassette player type of thing. I'm like, dude, I have a car. It comes with that. Like, I don't need to buy it. So he kept following us around. Come on, man, I got a CD, dog. You need a CD, dog. Like, dude, we don't need a CD. Like, really, knock it off. And he goes, all right, man, I get you. But I got them Zans in the perks, dog. Obviously, he was not selling CDs or old cassette players. It was a cover story for, hey, you know, I'm a hustler. I got whatever. But white boy and I were not looking for anything that he had to offer at the moment. So it didn't work out for the guy, but he was very pushy. Another time I was here, and there was a guy, and he had an Impala. It was beautiful, you know, big wheels and whatever. And I looked at it because I look at those things. Like, y'all see me, if I see a pimped out car, I'm going to check it out. That's what I do. I like cars. This dude became really upset that I was looking at his car. Oh, you mean mugging me? Oh, why you looking at my car? Oh, you know, he went on one of those. And, you know, so I've had a few interesting, this isn't exactly the most formal setting, you could say. There's circumstances out here. And I can already tell you that you can kind of feel, other than the fact that it is a weekday, you can still feel that this place is in a decline. Last time we were here, I mentioned it. It just didn't feel as authentic as thriving. And I wonder if a lot of these, like, you know, food trucks and little vendors are now going to move into other areas, and what they're going to do if they're going to keep their hustle going, because definitely it is a unique type of hustle. And this is part of the Miami life, man, having that hustle, that Miami hustle is what they call it. You know, the salesperson, the person in your face trying to sell you something. It's just somebody that's, you know, a go-getter. You know what I mean? Like, if you, even the music here, if you listen to a lot of songs from Florida, maybe Rick Ross or Trick Daddy, you understand what I'm talking about. It's a culture of being a hustler, being a seller, being a mover, being somebody that's out there, just trying to make it, a hustler. There's a lot of Cubans and Haitians here, and we also have the Caribbean life, the bargain, the trade, But again, times are changing, and what was once a thriving little place is today kind of just a sad reminder that Miami isn't what it used to be, and possibly will never be the same. Now, there's a pizza place here. We ate here last time. I don't see anybody today. I do smell the pizza though. I'm not gonna lie, it does smell enticing. Despite the fact that I know with as many places for little animals to hide and stuff, this is probably not the place you want to eat pizza. But it looks like the pizza place is close. And it is good pizza, surprisingly, and it's an authentic Cuban pizza. There's a lot of Cuban pizza now all over Florida. You can find it just about anywhere. But this Cuban pizza place right here is definitely of notice. They're good. They really are. They make their pizza kind of like the authentic. Just check this out. Like, look how interesting this is. You have a billboard for Tito's Pet Shop, which is selling like buchonas, palomas cubana, like Cuban pigeons. You know what I mean? And then you have a Cuban pizza place that's now closed. Good Cuban pizza, let me add. This pizza place here, and the only thing that this pizza place here is authentically, I'm not even kidding. This is like if you went to Cuba and got Cuban pizza on the street in Cuba, it would taste like the pizza these people make here. We had it last time, and it was downright some of the best Cuban pizza I've ever had, despite the fact it's in a flea market parking lot. But gone soon. Qué lástima, man. The other side, mechanics and window tinting, where I have had sound systems installed on my cars, windows tinted, possibly stolen amplifiers installed. I've had quite the experiences here. And I remember there used to be a tire place where if you drove in the wrong way, there used to be spikes, and I don't know if they're still there, where they would, pretty much shred your tires if you happen to venture into the flea market the wrong way, because you had to pay to get in. Apparently you don't anymore. I'm not sure what's up with that. But you used to have to pay to get in, and nowadays, well, I guess you don't. But anyways, there would be a tire shop right at the entrance. So as your tires were shredded by this device, where if you drove in one direction, it wouldn't pop your tires. But if you're driving the wrong way, it would shred your tires because the spikes are pointing at your tires. And right as your tires were shredded, there was a tire shop, very, very conveniently located at the exit. So it's a unique place where kind of all of the city hustlers come to get their game on. And now that this flea market is pretty much a thing in the past, we can talk about some of the other things that took place here that were not exactly, on the menu. We mentioned, that you could bring your food stamp card and trade that for cash. That was actually on the news. You could buy exotic animals here, and you could. There's animals that you could buy that weren't exactly like if you wanted to buy a giraffe in Miami without a permit to keep it or something. Like, I'm sure you could have back in the day found somebody in this flea market, but you looking for a giraffe? Now there's 4 types of giraffes. You want the one from the sub-Saharan desert, or do you want the one with a little bit darker? What type of giraffe? You need to be more specific, man. It's to joke that if we ever had enough money to buy her own personal orca, we would come here and track down an orca salesman.
I said Miami in general.
Right, but if you were looking for anything at all of any type of nature, this was the place to get it. In any quantity, any size, any weird type of whatever the crap you needed, you could have got it here. And you can almost feel bad for the business owners that are losing their cash cow here, from the people that sold giraffes and elephants and stuff to the people that traded traded food stamps for cash. So the people that had legitimate businesses, they're all going to have to find a new place. The only thing I can hope is that I wish that the more endeavorous ones, the ones that have been saving their money, the ones that have been really still have faith in their hustle, be able to maybe start a bigger business somewhere else, and that it continues to go well with them. Because obviously in a place like Miami where real estate is expensive, a giant flea market in the middle of the metropolitan area isn't exactly gonna be around forever, unfortunately. But normally I find things that I wanted to buy. On this trip, I have yet to see anything that I'm like, yo, I gotta have that. But so it's been kind of, normally I come here, like I'm like, I'll buy something. Like, I've yet to see anything I'm like, oh, gotta have that. You know what I mean? Like, haven't really seen it. I haven't seen that one thing that's like, oh, must have that right there. Ain't that true, bro? Hey, mi hermano, ¿tú sabes dónde yo pueda comprar una jirafa? No, mentira, man. ¿Dónde está el tipo? Claro que sí, mi hermano. Tú me dices, pero como tú vas, aquí está el dinero. ¿Cómo que no te...? Pero me tienes que enseñar la jirafa primero, bro. Si tú no me la enseñas, yo no te la voy a comprar. So there you go. What will soon be nothing more than a relic of the past. Opa Locka Flea Market. If you haven't came here in a while, well, it's gonna hurt me a lot. Lots of memories here for me. And I'm just gonna take it as a reminder, a sign that Miami, as we know it, is definitely under threat. And there's more to come. Eventually, they're gonna outprice everybody, and it's not, this battle to outprice the people that are here. It goes beyond just buying real estate. It goes into how much you get paid. It goes into what type of businesses they're putting in. They're not putting anything in that's gonna help you. Everything that they're putting in is pretty much stuff that's, they're not exactly putting a Toyota plant or a Mazda plant or a Mercedes-Benz plant or a Hyundai plant here. I mean, they're putting in Starbucks and condos. It's pretty clear. There's some type of, you're deprived from opportunity in Florida. I would hope my dad never puts on one of those trashy hats. I tell my dad, I buy my dad Titleist hats. Okay, luggage. Any idea of luggage bags? We could definitely go for some, we travel a lot for our YouTube channel. We could definitely go for some luggage. But yeah, guys, this is Miami. This is the real Miami. What's left of the real Miami for as long as it's left.